I am live and now 25 as well. Good evening. Hello there. I see mention of cake. I haven't yet worked out how to send cake via the medium of YouTube. I'm sure there's a way. Good evening, one and all. And I've had some lovely birthday wishes from all sorts of people today, some of which I haven't responded to yet. So if I haven't responded, if you sent me a happy birthday message and I haven't responded, then I do apologise. Thank you, Adam, for your happy birthday in print. Marvelous. I've been to the pub, so I'm not. I wouldn't say tipsy, but I've taken ale, as well as a humongous bowl of nachos with lots of cheese and salsa and guacamole and sour cream. So yeah, if I fall asleep during the live stream, then just give me a nudge, and I won't wake up because you can't nudge me through YouTube. Let's see who we've got so far on this first live stream, I think, since the channel was monetized. But more importantly, it's my birthday. Just once again, for those of you that don't know, we've got underscore Matt, who is coming to see me on Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. We've got Pure Ebill Adam, who I'm yet to meet, but look forward to doing so at some juncture. We've got Simone from Hooked on Classics, who I have met. We have Project MGTF, who announces himself with his moniker, his trademark, AOP people of the interwebs. And you'll notice that Project MGTF is now highlighted in green with a star next to his name because he did his homework on time. So he's a very good boy. Pure Evil, I've said thank you for saying happy birthday. Hello, nappy birthday. Yeah, I'm going to need one of those, I'm sure, later. The excitement's going to get too much. Underscore says this channel talks about cheese and diesel. We do like a diesel. We do like cheese. Cheese is brilliant. I love cheese. A friend of the family turned 18 last Friday, and I didn't know what to get her, and I asked her out, and this girl loves cheese, so I got her 3 good cheeses, 2 British, 1 French. Didn't get any of this stinky French stuff, which I like. But yeah, Red Leicester, extra mature cheddar, decent mature cheddar, and some Comté, Comté is my favourite hard cheese. So useless fact for you there. Chiltern Hills Rally is here. Good evening, Adrian. How are you? Saying happy birthday, Rob! Exclamation mark 11. No, I'm not 11 today. I'm 25. Matt is also looking forward to coming down south on Saturday to see me. And Pure Evil's looking forward to meeting me in the future. Simone from Hooked on Classics bought some mature cheddar today. Do like a mature cheddar. Which brand did you buy, Simone? What was it? A supermarket own, which is absolutely fine. I think Sainsbury's extra mature is lovely. But if you did buy a branded one, then which brand is it? Do tell us. Matt, this will be a joke, and I've not read it yet because it's very difficult for me to read comments and stuff like that. Did you hear about the nun who refused to wash her clothes? Really bad habit. Bump. At least you didn't do the one about the cucumber field, because that's, yeah. Jolly Juju is here. Good evening, Julie. How are you? Saying happy birthday, Rob. Thank you, Juju. And that's the second time you've said that to me today, so I do appreciate it. Simone bought supermarket owned cheese, which is kind of mandatory these days because every other cheese is really expensive. Norman Oswald Butler is here with a small essay. And I won't attempt to do his voice because I'll probably start coughing. Good evening. I understand that congratulations is in order, Mr. Beardy. Many happy returns to you on this happy day, the day you qualified your cycling proficiency certificate, and also when you were born on. Norman, only you could write something like that, and I thank you from the bottom. Matt says cheddars are the best. It's gorge. Bump. Matt's on form tonight. I can tell. Simone says hello to Juju. Matt has new brakes. That's good. And what about your car? Tell us about that. Dinosaur Dad Ross joins us at some godforsaken hour in Australia and saying, happy birthday, young man. Yep, 25 today. And hello, everyone. And Dinosaur Dad says, ooh, I'm nice and green, because, again, Dinosaur Dad Ross has done his homework and handed it in on time. No, the reason Dinosaur Dad and Simon from Project MGTF are green is because they are channel members now, which I thank them deeply for. And if anyone else wants a channel membership, there are 3 tiers available. You get various perks. One, I think if you go for the top tier, you get dinner with Norman Butler, which, I mean, it makes that top tier irresistible, to be blunt and frank, and earnest. But I'm not being blunt or frank tonight, but I might be earnest very soon. And Simon will know what I'm talking about there. But yes, no, Dinosaur and Simon are channel members because the channel. I hit my watch hours last Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So I was teetering for ages on like 3,000 and something, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. I think the video on the ZT 1.8 turbo came out and threw me over the line. Like, good throw as well because I'm quite heavy. So I applied for channel YouTube partner program the next day, the Thursday, thinking it would take like several weeks or months to happen. And the next day, so Friday, I got a thing saying you're now a partner, Audi partner, and I was like, no, I do MGs and Rovers, not Audis. I digress. So people are now able to join my channel as a member, and I get paid for the adverts that you watch all the way through. And I think so far I've made about £8, which is astonishing. Thank you to all of you for watching my videos and subscribing and liking and stuff and giving me the watch hours and sharing and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's had some involvement who's on this live stream. But now thank you to Ross and Simon for paying money to become members of my channel and getting exclusive perks. Anyway, I went off on a thank you ramble then. Simone went out in TC today and sorted a loose panel. Bolts were missing. That means someone had not put the bolts on before you. But that's good. Good you've been out in TC. And Simone, you're coming up to Gaydon on the 23rd of July with some old Fords, not old sorts, old Fords. So I will try and get there. So if anyone else sees there's another Ford, well, let Simone, 23rd of July, I think that's the right date. But if I'm getting it wrong, Simone will no doubt fill us in a second about what is happening at Gaydon with old sorts Fords. Nachos are awesomeness. They are, particularly when they have the amount of cheese on them that these did. These were damn fine nachos. I didn't finish them. I had to get some help from my friend, and he helped me. He helped me greatly. Matt reports on his brakes. Both calipers need replacing, as both sides had been sticking. Also needed a set of pads because he said mine had literally been on fire. That'll be that barbecue smell then, Matthew. Glad you got it sorted, buddy, because you don't want your wheels catching fire. Um, Simone Simon has done a Henrietta video. Norman Oswald Butler says, just to be clear, I'm not paying for the meal. No, 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 no. That's fair enough. I would pay because that person has paid for a top tier subscription and will do so willingly, knowing they're going to get a dinner with you. Simone's new film is on Patreon for the moment, which Patreon. I need to get my head around that. And Norman also says the winner pays. It's not a competition. It's actually anyone who joins as top tier member. So I think it's called Uber Banger. Will get a dinner with Norman Oswald Butler, and they get to pay themselves. So why wouldn't you do that? Although Norman probably just eats, I don't know, swarf or sawdust or something like that. Norman, what do you eat? What, other than crumpets and engine jam, obviously? But do you have a particular favourite food that you eat? Simon says, ha 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 ha, member. Tool. Simone says, and highlights my own name. If you would like a poodle in TC, you are most welcome. I would love to. I'm beginning to have feelings towards Fords, and that's not why I went to Gaydon on Sunday. But yeah. Simon says Ford meetings are always really wet, unless you wear waders, of course. But if you do go to a Ford meeting, please make sure you test your brakes afterwards. And Ross really enjoyed the Ford meet video. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was. I wasn't planning on going anywhere actually at the weekend, but Dusty hadn't had a blast for a while, and I'm conscious with her being for sale that I sort of want the battery and fine fettle and non completely rusty brake discs and stuff like that. So unexpected. I got there a bit late, and I bumped into, actually, as I was arriving, lot 76 cars. Another YouTube channel was there, just leaving. So I think he's got. I haven't watched his video yet, but I think he's got a decent video out of it. But I thank you for your support in mine. It was nice to see different cars, but all the Lotus Cortinas. Oh my goodness, there were so many with those twin cam engines. Just lovely. Thank you, Ross. Matt says Rocky Bars sorted Simon. So a Rocky Bars being your accompaniment for the drive down south on Saturday. Norman Oswald Butler says anyone that has a dinner with me is a winner. Would it have to be a chicken dinner, Norman? Simon has sorted some other things today. So for those of you that don't know, which you probably all do because you all go in Simon's live stream anyway and are on the Facebook group, Simon and Matt, so that's Project MGTF and _ are visiting with me on Saturday, which is going to be lovely. Simone says, I was surprised not to see a Mark III Tina in your film, Rob. I didn't see any other than the Lotus Cortinas. There was a V6 Mustang there as well. Unless I missed something, which is entirely possible. There was a lot of modern Fords, or sort of nearly modern Fords. So lots of sort of early 2000s, early 20-teen Focus STs, Fiesta STs, which I like. I like the Focus ST a lot, particularly in its Mark II guys, because it had the Volvo 5-pot engine. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this next Ford meetup at Gaydon because it sounds like there's gonna be more older stuff there as well. So yeah, no Anglias, Populars. There's loads of variety. It was a huge sort of standard Ford Orions, or escort saloons, as one can call them. Yeah, but very, very few old Fords, really, apart from the Lotus Cortinas, of which I'm suspecting some weren't actually Lotus Cortinas. Some were just Cortinas with a Lotus engine and green stripes down the side. Simon says, whoever started talking about chocolate in my live responsible for me now eating Smarties, thank you. I thank you too. Smarties lovely. To which Simone replies, Smarty pants, which is what happens if you're wearing very loose pants and you're watching a live stream like the one you're doing now, which is obviously engrossing and all consuming. And you had to get a handful of Smarties, but some fall down your front into your overly large pants and end up in your pants. Now, it's fine if they do that. If the Smarties end up in your pants and rattle around your crotch for a bit, it doesn't matter because they are Smarties. They've got a sugary coating. So unless you're damp in that area, I may have dug myself a hole here. Yeah, moving on to the next comment. Ross says, my little street will need an MG Marshall on Saturday. It may be that they have to pick me up and run somewhere. It just depends if there's a space. But Simon's going to hopefully take one of my cars out, in which case I will move a car to block that space because I'm like that. Underscores, did you take your MGZR to the Ford show to get smoked by a Fiesta? I don't own an MGZR. I took my TF and parked it in the car park away from the Fords, lest Dusty should catch some, Ford Elm disease or something like that. Simon says, my old boss has a Mark 1 Lotus Cortina. It's lovely, but hasn't moved for a month. Well, he needs to fix it and drive it. Goodness me. Simone says, Smarties versus Skittles. They do different things, don't they? I mean, you guys tell Simone what you think. Smarties, but I'm quite partial to Skittles. I like chocolate now and again, but if I'm going to eat something sweet, which I don't often, because I'm not a massive sweetie tooth, I would probably go Skittles. I love fruity flavors, and that especially fake fruity flavors like Skittles and those foam banana things that one can occasionally find in supermarkets. Underscore meant ZT anyway. Silly me. Didn't take the ZT. ZT didn't have a drive till today. ZT had a nice drive today because I was off I worked this morning, but I was off this afternoon, and I'm now off till Monday, which is bloody marvelous. I would say it's good because there's an Ashes Test match going on, but England didn't do very well today. So maybe I'll be. I've got some car stuff to do tomorrow, and some car stuff to do on Friday, and some car stuff to do on Saturday, and then on Sunday it'll be the Sabbath, so I'll obviously have to go to church. Matt says only Smarties have the answer. Hooked on classics. That's Matt's position on Smarties versus Skittles. Told. And Simone confirms that by saying underscore very true. Simone says, Simon saying back to Simone, Juju is Team Smarties. Okay, so we got Smarties and Smarties. I've just said Skittles. That's 2-1 to Smarties at the moment. Pingu Concord is here. Good evening, sir. How are you? And he says, "Oh, Northerner, have you collected your pension stay yet?" I'm 25. How can I possibly do that? And Simon asks me if Louis got me a gift. No, but the patio, when I came down this morning, bear in mind this is a cat that doesn't catch mice or birds, which is quite possibly a good thing. There was a dead bee, 2 dead moths, a slug, a worm, and a butterfly. And Louis had caught all of these during the night, I'm guessing, because they weren't there last night. Yes, that's what Louis is good at catching. Which obviously was my birthday gift, clearly. But yeah, no, I fed him tonight. He's demanded his food, not made me anything. Didn't even make me a cup of tea or coffee. Cats. 1999 is in the house. Good evening to you. Eden Rob, I hope you had a good day. I did. It's been very relaxing. I've not done an awful lot. Thank you for asking. And Pingu says Smarties rule. So that's now 3-1, I think, if I'm keeping up, to Smarties. Ross, who's called Dinosaur Dad, and he's highlighted in green because he's a member, says that he received a little parcel yesterday. Your channel will have a bit of exposure down under with your B&B sticker, but I have tinted windows. Might have to go on the windscreen. Smarties for me. So yeah, we need to get. We're going to get a box of stuff together for Ross at some point and get it down under. I can't just send him one sticker because it's like a real waste. So once we get some other stickers going and some other merch, and I'm chatting about someone about merch tomorrow. Then yeah, we'll get a little Red Cross box down to Ross there. 4-1 to Smarties, incidentally. Norman is saying something to Matt, and I shall read it out because it's a Normanism. And to Matt, he says, "Are you sure you'd not just activated the crumpet warming feature on your brakes?" So there we are. There is breaking news. Norman Butler's take on binding brake calipers is there actually a feature to warm one's crumpet. It just gets better and better. Simone prefers Maltesers, so that doesn't affect the 4-1 vote we have. So the vote, well, we're not doing it online because I can't work it out. But no, the vote we've got going on for those just joining us, and obviously many people are. One's just left. Is Smarties versus Skittles, and so far we have 4 votes for Smarties and 1 vote for Skittles. The 1 vote being me. Pingu Concord says old fart. Do you know I did one of those yesterday by mistake, and that was an old fart. That, oh my goodness, it was like going in an attic that's not been opened for several years. Anyway, I digress. Matt says, I do believe you could be on. I'm on a chair, which is on when I'm on a table. The laptop's on a table. Oh, I see. Matt says, I do believe you could be onto something there, Norman. Simone also needs to contact Chef about merch. I will maybe get you talking to my guy if he see what he comes up with. He's pretty good. Simon highlights my name to make sure I read this comment out. I sent the sticker you gave me to Rob. Oh, I see. Right. Thank you, Simon. And I'm sorry about your tinted windows, Ross. I mean, obviously, just lose the tint and have the Beards and Bangers sticker. Fair, right? Thank you, Simon. Minds in 99 weighs into the Smarties versus Skittles debate, saying Smarties. That's 5-1 in favour of Smarties. And Simon says, don't forget, I can do vinyl cut stickers for anyone. And Simon can. So if you need any vinyl cut stickers, then ask Simon. And Simone says, yes, please. And Simon says, no problem. Well, for once, I'm up ahead with the comments. Either it's because I'm so tipsy that from going to the pub on my birthday, which is obviously allowed, but I still got home in time to do this YouTube live stream. That you know, I've just slurred at you comprehensively. But no, we now have some more comments. And lot 76 cars, and I just mentioned you lot 76 cars because we met each other in a car park. Oh God, that sounds really wrong. We met each other at Gaydon in the car park, which doesn't sound any better. On Sunday, I was turning up as I think Simon. Did you say your name was? Apologies if I've got it wrong. I know a few Simons, but yeah, very nice to see you. Simon asks Juju if she's asleep. I don't know. Matt correctly and assuredly and assertively says 2024 year of the streetwise. Hashtag yachts 24. If you don't know already, apart from being asleep under a stone, you have missed the fact that 2023, the year of the tour, we're now in the second half of the year almost. So we can say the year of the Tourer 2023 is drawing to a close, and we must look ahead to 2024, which is the year of the Streetwise, an unappreciated, futuristic car that Rover came up with and built for all of 18 months. Simon says, who won the cricket, by the way? It's a test match. It's 5 days long. Today was the first day. And England probably didn't win the first day, but the match is still to be decided. So we will know on Sunday the result. And Lot 76 Cars says, thanks. Sorry, it sounds like stalking. That was the mildest thing it sounded like, to be quite honest. And yes, I remembered Simon. Yeah, very nice to meet you, Simon. And I hope you got the content you wanted from Ford Nationals. I certainly did, and it was great to go and see some Fords rather than MGs or Triumphs. Or what have we had lately? The MGs and Triumphs have been the order of the day lately. So very good. Juju accuses Simon of a Project MGTF of having a laugh. Are you having a laugh? And that's how Julie speaks. I heard her once. Are you having a laugh, Simon? Are you having a laugh? Pingu says Simon's channel has been proactively advertised on my Tourer outside Brands Hatch racetrack yesterday for several hours. All right, Pingu, I'm going to bring you some bits and bobs down at some point. We'll arrange a little date, and you can have a sticker or two. Simone's off to sort some food. Enjoy. Pure Evil says 2025 year of the 25. You've been talking to Matt, but it could well. Why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't it be? Pingu Concord asks a question: Pepsi and this can be to anyone because I don't really like any of these. Pepsi or Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper. I'll read that again because I don't want anyone being misunderstood. Pepsi or Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper. Let's pitch in. So I think we've probably finished on the Smarties versus Skittles now. So Smarties won 5-1 in the end. Simon answers about Pepsi or Shirley. Pepsi, but now they've ruined it by removing most of the sugar. Yeah, they keep doing this with things. They take sugar out of stuff. So none. Pingu also promoted around out London on my 218. Okay, I've got to up my game because Pingu is, Pingu pedals Project MGTF, alliteration for the, onomatopoeia, that is, alliteration for the sake of effect. Juju says vanilla Coca-Cola Zero. Okay. Simon points out there's two Simons. Yeah, there are. And Simon says to Pingu that he expects the subs to roll in. Speaking of subs, I went into Subway the other day, and they've completely bollocksed up their menu. I mean, I just wanted a turkey and ham sandwich, which is kind of reasonably normal thing to eat, but instead you had to make your own sandwich from that, and they've upped the cheeses. They've got these other condiments in there, and I just wanted a normal sandwich with like ham and maybe some turkey and lettuce, tomato, cucumber, red onion, and some mayonnaise. And that apparently is no longer a standard sandwich. Good old Subway. And with the 12 people watching this, that bad publicity is going to ripple. A bit like my stomach does after eating a Subway. Ross says, "Wow, Juju sounds very much like Mike Reed. Wonder if she's related." Are we talking Mike Reed as in Frank? Frank. Get in my pub. Is it that Mike Reed, or is it Mike Reed the hello pop pickers? Or that Mike Reed? Do tell us, Ross. Underscore says Cherry Dr. Pepper. Didn't know that was a thing. I'm not keeping a tab of this vote, by the way, because I don't care. Simon confirms 25 year of the 25/200. Of course, because someone has just got themselves a 200. And if you haven't checked out Simon's channel for a while, he's just bought a Rover 200. I won't say any more than that, but go on there because there's like 3 videos. It's like a new series on Project MGTF. And I think you should watch it. And that poor old boy, Alan Jeffries, he gets to watch the bloody thing. And then it breaks. Just saying. Dunn says he's always trying to sell me an old Jag. Pingu is the channel pimp these days. Simon, don't like Subway. They're beneath me. And even Matt likes that one. P.S. Mustard is on board and progressing with our potential exchanges. Marvelous. Now, did I have any topics tonight? I know, other than it being my birthday, and I've had too much lager and too many nachos. Did I have any topics? The answer to that question is I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was just a birthday live stream. I could have been, sniffing. I could have been sniffing something off the breasts of chicken, but I, chose to be a professional YouTuber and schedule a live stream Wednesday night, 9:00 usual time. I like to be regular. But yeah, so I didn't really do any topics, but who cares? You guys are coming up with topics. I'm just kind of doing that. Underscore says no, they don't make topics. I did wonder what happened to topics. According to Wikipedia, oh, it's on Wikipedia. It must be true. And I've not seen a topic in the corner shop for quite some time. Toffee crisps seem to be hard to acquire as well, and yeah, they're nice. And saying hello like that in a slightly lowland Scottish accent is Matt Dickens. Good evening, Matthew. How are you? Norman Butler says, I had Coke once. It was lovely, but I just kept going for more and more. Luckily, Sharon made me a good cup of tea that straightened me right out. I think Norman may have had the wrong type of Coke, or maybe the right sort of Coke. Dinosaur asks, what is my lager of choice? I'm quite fussy. Do not try and give me Carlsberg or Foster's. I will not drink it. Tonight I was drinking Budvar, which is a strong Czech lager, which is very nice. I like being a half German boy. I do like German beer quite a lot. So any kind of Helles from Bavaria is lovely. Kolsch or Kölsch, I like the beer from Cologne. Yeah, they're probably my go-tos. But yeah, over here, Budvar, Birra Moretti is very nice on tap. Warsteiner, if you can see it, it's a German lager that you occasionally see in pubs over here. Is very nice. Pingu asks, birthday cake or jelly and ice cream? Excuse me. That's the nachos. Dear me, this is not Boaty's live stream, if anyone asks. Neither tonight because it's a school night. I don't really do desserts in the house, so but if I was going to have a choice, I'd probably have both, all smushed together like a 4-year-old's mess. Simon asks, how many people can you fit in a modern Mini? Do you think it's more than the old record for the old Mini as people are bigger now? I think that the modern Mini has less legroom in the back than the old Mini. And I'm not talking about the new sort of overinflated steroid minis that are bigger and they just made them bigger. I'm talking about the so I shouldn't say classic, the R50. So the Mini was made from 2000 to 2005, 6. So the original BMW Mini. I test drove one of those quite early on, and the legroom in the back was shocking. And I had a classic, a proper Mini, a real Mini at the same time. And I got 5 people in my. I know the record's more. You can get, obviously you have people with, you have some buttocks in face, and you have vaginas in armpits, and all kind of, weird and wonderful combinations like that. Saturday night in the centre of Aylesbury, very similar. Yeah, but so I think the newer minis are quite not as practical inside. So yeah, maybe someone should do that and just cram loads of people in let lots of small people. We'll get 1950s or 60s sized people, cram them in a classic mini, and then do the same with a modern mini and see what happens. They'll be hell to pay. They'll be hell up. They really will. Daryl's Travels is in. Good evening, Daz. How are you? Thank you very much. Evening, birthday boy. Yes, it's still my birthday. It's another 2 hours and 20 minutes, or I'll probably be asleep well before then. Pingu says you'll need to use little Welsh people to beat that record. Yes, we would. They're kind of 1950s side. Jolly Juju asks me a cidre related question, saying, "Do you like fruit cider, Rob?" I like apple. I like dry apple cider, so that's not sweet. In fact, quite sour. Apple cider. I'm not a big fan of things like is it Copperberg or Koppelberg and Moots, Old Moots or something like that. These flavors. I tried one. I tried one at the Roundhouse in Camden a few years ago when I went to see a young family friend making his kind of music debut, and I drank this Koppelberg strawberry and lime, maybe was it? I don't know, and was sick very quickly afterwards. So, and I wasn't plastered. That was really all I'd had all day. So, and I hadn't had a dodgy cheeseburger or seafood. So yeah, I'm not. I just find them a little bit too sweet, Juju. But yeah, proper cider from West Country, Gloucestershire, Herefordshire. That's dry, not too sweet, and tastes of apples. Lovely. Underscore Matt tried beer on tap once, but it kept running off before I could drink it. So I prefer a glass. Boom. Bang. Lead balloon. MG John is it? Good evening, MG John. Very nice of you to be here. Welcome. I think you may have been on before. I lose track, but it's nice for you to be here. And you say many happy. Thank you very much for saying many happy returns. Yeah, it's so many well wishes today. It's been lovely. Underscore says, "Do you like Dickens cider?" I didn't know Matt Dickens did cider as well as. Oh no, it's different Dickens. Is that Charles Dickens cider? I've not had Dickens cider. Oh, for fuck's sake! You. That's a bit like cock cider, which is an old French, it's a Norman recipe. And I don't mean Norman Butler. I mean from the region of Normandy. Uh, Maybe that's where the Normans come from. Even Norman comes from. He's a proper old Norman from Normandy. Simon's old moot is lovely. Ross says, "I miss cider so much. It's a sugar thing. Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it? So even dry cider is full of sugar." And underscore says, "I'm sorry, no, because that you did me. I was going to say you did me with that Dickens cider, but that again sounds inappropriate, even though we are past the watershed. I do apologise. I really do. We've got 13 in, which is lovely. If anyone's there lurking and wants to say hello, we will be gentle. But please do. If you're here and you're just watching and you're going, oh, I'm just, sitting watching Rob from Beards and Bangers do a live stream whilst doing my knitting or crochet or pearl or whatever it's called, then do take a break and just type a little hello. It's appreciated. Piggy asks, is Boaty coming round yours for a late night birthday surprise tonight? If he does, I will be the one that's surprised. Yeah. And Simon asks, what did I get for your birth? What did I get for my birthday, young Rob? Well, so far I've not seen everyone yet. So I've been given a barbecue, which is lovely, and it complements the other barbecue that I've got nicely. So I may slap me old sausage on a barbecue on Saturday for you and Matt. Simon, there we are. So we might give it. You might be the guinea pigs of this new barbecue. I just now got to find some hard wood because I don't use charcoal. I use hardwood to barbecue because I think it tastes better. The food tastes better, not the wood. I mean, if you eat charcoal, you're fucking mental, to be perfectly honest. Julie says, okie does. I prefer sweet fruit cider because it tastes less of alcohol. Sounds like you prefer proper. I do. I like proper cider that doesn't actually put hairs on your chest. It strips the hairs from your chest. It's that proper. Simone is back. Hello there, Simone. I hope that you have got the food that you desire, and Andy's stuffing it into your face now. Pingu says, I'm always lurking. Can't beat a lurker. And Simon says, oh, barbecue times. Yeah, it's a new recipe. It's the Times newspaper. They've gone from being a broadsheet to a compact tabloid size. They've got a radio station, and now there's a new version called the Barbecue Times, which is a barbecue flavored version of the tonight. We'll grill something. Simone says proper cider puts hairs on your eyeballs. It certainly does. Have I told the story when I was in Barbican? So Simone's down that neck of the woods. I was in a place called Barbican in Plymouth, and I drank this real cider all afternoon, like a real man, until I couldn't walk, and then had to be carried up this hill to a restaurant to be force-fed rice to bring me, and it worked. But yeah, I was a true hero that day. Pinky says Simone back from the future again. Is Christopher Lloyd, who played the crazy doctor guy bloke, is he going to be in? Is he in something that's either coming up or upcoming or on soon on one of these streaming things? No one goes to cinema anymore. You just stream everything, and I like going to watch something in the cinema, and then buying it again 10 years later when it's to watch it again when it's like £2 on DVD on a physical medium. God damn it. Simon asks Simone, "What did you have for tea dinner?" Tea dinner being as Simon mentioned in his live stream the other day. You know, it's very confusing for some people. What is I mean, tea for me is like what you have at 3, 4 o'clock. And that's a cup of tea or pot of tea, a sandwich of some sort. No, normally cucumber with a little spring onion, or smoked salmon and cream cheese, followed by a cake of some sort. That to me is tea. Dinner is like your evening meal at 7, 8 o'clock, and then luncheon is the meal at sort of 12, 1 o'clock. But Simone for her dinner is currently cooking chicken noodle soup, which sounds lovely and healthy as well. And Simon, and I will read this out, even though Simon's addressing Simone. Oh, how very on trend for me tonight. Nor is one of my favorites. Ross, Dinosaur Dad, remembers the Friday nights as a teenager, nipping off with mates to drink White Lightning, a quality drop. Yeah, I once made Snakebite and Black with blackcurrant, which is the kind of sensible thing I put in it, White Lightning, and Special Brew. Or was it Tenant Super? One of the two. It was either Special Brew, one of the really strong lagers that you can actually use to get oil out of a driveway, even though it actually creates a sinkhole, but the oil's gone, so it's fine. Yeah, that was messy. White Lightning, Tenant Super, and Blackcurrant. Brilliant. Simone says, "No, Simon. I have super cheap. I put noodles in a bowl, an empty can of soup over the top, and nuke it in the microwave." Sounds nice, actually. Which soup, Simone? Because I've got a taste in my my mind's mouth, if that's even a thing, of Heinz cream and mushroom soup with noodles in, which sounds quite nice in my brain. It's probably filthy in real life. Simon says Doc Brown was in Mandalorian, I think, along with Jack Black. I'm currently working through season or series 3 of Mandalorian. So I will look out for Doc Brown. Jack Black in Mandalorian. Wow. That's going to be interesting. I haven't got there yet. Pingu says, "Did my present arrive on time?" Pingu, I have not had post for over a week. Yeah, and I do get post. I do. I do have certain things still in print, and I've not got post for over a week. So I'm probably going to get I don't know, like a skip emptied in my front path thing very soon, hopefully. But no, nothing has turned up at my door today. Well, yesterday. Where did we get to? Matt says Guinness and Coke is quite nice, not the powder. I didn't know you get powdered Guinness. Simon used to drink Mad Dog 2020 in the park when I was a lad. What is Mad Dog? Is that a hooch type thing? Do tell. Simone thought White Lightning was paint stripper. Any soup you like, Rob. Sounds good to me. It's your noodles, your soup, your meal. You can do what you want. Dinosaur said, "Yeah, cider, lager, and blackcurrant was called Diesel." Yeah, I knew. Yes, I did know that it was called Diesel up in Scotland. Yeah, Snakebite, just called Snakebite and Black down here. Just soft Southerners. Simon says, "Talking of food stuff, James May Cook has another series. Does it? What is it? Is it about? Is he did Japan, didn't he? And sort of ate lots over there. And Pingu says explains a lot, Simon, about something. Um, Underscores the new Michael J. Fox film slash documentary is worth a watch. Yes, I believe it is. Simone doesn't watch TV, so I see Nout. Probably best. And Pingu says FFS, which is modern parlance for oh bugger. Yeah, no, just don't. I don't know what Aylesbury sorting office or I don't know where the post comes from before it gets to Aylesbury. Probably nowhere. Or probably the Hebrides. Probably goes via the Hebrides because that would make absolute sense to Royal Mail. Pingu Congo says, "Did you say the dead being a dead slug? If Pingu did, then Louis got to the post before I did, which could explain what. Actually, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe Louis is getting all the posts before I get home, opening it and devouring it, and then pooping it at number three's garden. Yeah." Simone says, "I call it red diesel. Cider, lager, and black was a favourite of mine." Yeah, I do you know if I drank that now, I would be violently ill. And Pinky says they will be dead by now. So Pinky, it's lovely. It's so lovely of you to send me something, but I do hope whatever you sent me is not dead, because it's gonna be not very nice to open. But thank you so much. It's the thought that counts. Simon says he has a cookery show called Oh Cook. Obviously, a take on his favourite saying, "Oh cock." We have the cookbook somewhere. It's funny and interesting. The travel series are different. Do you know, I've never seen James May doing a cookery show called Oh Cook. And I probably won't because I don't really need anything else to watch at the moment. Juju wants to watch Michael J. Fox new film. Yeah, is it on Is it on Netflix or one of these types of affair type thing pieces? Don't know. Yeah, kind of going through Mandalorian, and I'm wanting to watch. There's a new Marvel series on Disney Plus as well with Nick Fury, so Samuel L. Jackson's character from the Marvel films, which I kind of like. Yeah, and Simone accurately assesses the situation for modern film, TV, call it what you will. I want to see new films, but these annoying streaming things are killing DVD and Blu-ray. They are. And if you do want to buy something on DVD or Blu-ray now, it's bloody expensive. So unless you're buying a film that's 20 years old, which is the kind of thing I do, because I remember seeing that when I was how old was I 20 years ago? 5. So I saw that when I was 5. I'm gonna buy that on DVD, and it's £2 because it's a 20-year-old film. But if you want to buy, I don't know, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, that's quite expensive. So it's not on. It's really not on. Underscore says new series of Justified starts next month. Marvelous. Pingu says, has anyone given you the bumps yet? No. Will they? No. Louis might come and stick his anus in my face again when I'm asleep, which is lovely. Simon says to Underscore, I thought they were doing a Fury movie. Have they been that idea now? I don't know. Let Underscore answer. But I know I thought that was a Fury. The Fury was a series, but I might be wrong. And it was featuring 11 Olivia Colman as well, from what I saw on the trailer whilst watching The Mandalorian. Where did we get to? Simone says, I want to see Megan, but the Blu-ray is really expensive. And Simon says, music streaming is great until they remove the old stuff when their license runs out. Yeah. And then Pingu says, yes, Megan is quite expensive. Is it that Megan? That Megan. Oh, that Megan, the one that ruined that Harry. Oh, it's terrible. It really is. I know, Deirdre, and I can't believe it. He's gone. He's gone to California. I don't know where that came from, but is it that Megan, Pingu? Simone, is it that Megan? Pingu says Penny is very affordable. And Penny, yeah, I'm actually sizing Penny up for a couple of enhancements. Underscore heard they were doing the movie Simon. There's a movie called Simon, apparently, according to Underscore. But I think the series replaced it. Could be wrong, though. We shall find out. Ross watched 1917 the other day and was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I think it's good cast, good director. I've got it on DVD actually somewhere, which was a gift from Santa a few years ago, and I do need to actually sit and watch it. Juju addresses Simone by saying, it's a good point, and with streaming, you pay but own nothing and can't control what's available. You can't. But if you've got a physical medium in your hand, same as having a CD, then you've got it and you can play it as many times as you want, over and over again, repeatedly. Simone says Megan with the 3 is a horror thriller. So yeah, so same as the royal family story. Yeah, Simon responds to his wife. So there we are. Well, has anyone got anything else to say? Because if not, I could quite easily go to bed because I'm now not full of nachos because they have digested. I'm pleased to say the nachos have digested. The lager has subsided, but I've got a busy day tomorrow. I'm going to see a friend, and we're going to look at some cars and discuss some stuff. And on Friday, I'm doing the same thing. And then on Saturday, I'm with Simon and Matt, so 2 more friends, and we're going to do some stuff, probably just barbecue stuff and film it. Just film having a barbecue. No other channels do that. No other channels have grilled food and then film watching it being eaten. I've never seen that on any other channels, like eating kebabs, for instance. Never seen it. Underscore says, oh no, Simone does say something. I missed a comment. I recently bought The Revenant. Wow, what a good movie. That sounds like a horror thriller. Underscore says happy birthday, Rob. Thank you, Matt. Again. Simon says wait till no one buys cars anymore. Just rents them for a journey. Awful. Oh goodness me. Imagine trying to do a YouTube channel when you can only rent a car. Yeah, I've got to hand it back. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Yeah, bye. That's going to be the video. But like a 15-second video. Basically, you say hello, goodbye, please subscribe. Your member would wilt, wouldn't it? Your member rate would just wilt. Ross says no work this week, Rob. I worked Monday, yesterday, and half of today, but I took this afternoon off. And I'd already booked off tomorrow and Friday. So yeah, I'm having a couple days off just to chill out, do some car stuff, and then Sunday I'll probably just be sleeping after doing lots of car stuff for 3 days. But yeah, it's nice to have a few days off, Ross. Underscore says trailblazing content to come on B&B. Hopefully. I have got a video coming out of me trying to fit the microphone to my new doubled in, which members can see, but the rest of you can't yet. But I don't think it's a very good video. But the members have not said anything nasty. So we'll release that on Friday probably, and you can see me actually doing some not spannering, just fiddling. Can't even call it spannering. It's just fiddling around. Juju says maybe Amazon will rent out cars per day if you pay for Amazon Driving Prime for a small fee of £599 per month. It sounds like a bargain. Um, Simon says we could call the video something like dinner time video or something. We could all I could empty my shed out. We could all sit in my shed and give the shed a name, and then just sit around eating the stuff, and we could all film it. Matt could even start a YouTube channel without him knowing it. Yeah, but dinner time video. That's inspired, actually, Simon. You could be on something there. Pingu says, we wish you a safe and peaceful night, Sir Rob. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Jew says, or per day, even. In the backyard of hope. Yeah, that could be a name for the Beards and Bangers back garden, which sounds like a. Oh God, why does everything sound sexual? Simone asks, how many members do I have? It's a very personal question. I have 3, 2 of which are here. But I've only just started. I've not been pushing it too hard. And Simon says, member, which is exactly what I think whenever I say member. Ross says, any idea for Mustard's family wagon? I like the Subaru. I've not caught up with Mustard lately, and I need to. Which Subaru? Is it a Forester or one of those kind of things? Matt says he just has one. This is referring to members hooked on classics, like all men. And there we are. No, I've got 3 members. Yeah. Right. Can I go to bed? Or is anyone else lurking? You've been lurking there for an hour, and then you're going to suddenly ask a question that requires a very elaborate answer. Couple of quick comments then. Pinky said Mustard has his heart set on a Volvo wagon. Nice. And Simone says she hasn't watched Boaty or Mustard for ages. No, I have. I'm so far behind. Time of year. It's time of year. I'm really, really far behind on watchings, and I need to remedy that. On that note, I am going to go to bed. Thank you for watching. If you haven't hit like, please hit like. I will see you again next week, unless we slip something in on Saturday, which could well happen. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for your attention this evening, and I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.